how are you? It's Stacy again, and I just wanted to share with you, in my last video I was talking about my IKEA frames that I love, and I wanted to show you the mini frame. I wanted to tell you that I noticed that a couple of people commented that you could get frames similar to this at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, I'm sure Joann's, well, maybe Joann's. And I have used frames at Michael's, and I've also used frames from Hobby Lobby. The difference that I've found is this one has an inner layer, which this just has the tabs. You can take it off real easy. It takes just a couple minutes. And then it's got the backing on it. And then on the inside is this piece of paper. Obviously, I use this as my template to cut whatever paper, whatever base I'm going to use here. And here's the difference that I found. In these IKEA frames, it has another piece. It's this right here. It comes right out. So technically, you could take this out if you wanted to. For me, what I find is that I love it because when I'm making a project, if I want to change that project in a couple of months or a couple of years, I can, because I don't have to adhere it to the back, because the paper rests on this. And so you can just simply take it back in and out, and it's not hard to get in and out of the frame. Okay, so like I said, I use what I'm actually showing you today. I wanted to share this frame with you, but I also wanted to share a background technique for background paper. And I'm going to be, this is one of my projects here that I'm working on. So I need to create a background, or one of my backgrounds for this project. So I thought I would share that with you today. I've already cut out my paper per my template. And this is paper from Hobby Lobby, the Paper Studio, this is really great paper. It's inexpensive and you can buy lots of it. And it's the music notes, and I know that everybody loves the music notes. And it's already got a brownish tint to it, so when you distress this, it really gives it a vintage look. So I'm going to start by using two distressing inks. I'm going to use Walnut Stain and Vintage Photo. So what I'm going to do is start by crinkling the paper, okay? Give it a really good crinkle here. Oh, squeeze it, take all your frustrations out. Da-da-da. Okay, I'm gonna unwrinkle it. And turn it over. You want to make sure you got some really good creases, so if you don't, go back and scrunch it again. Just give it a real good, because you're looking to make those harsh edges, okay? Don't wet your paper yet. You don't want to wet it. You want to do this as a dry crinkle, okay? Then you pull out your paper. You guys, I'm not used to these fingernails. I only get them once in a great while, so I don't like working with them. Okay, so then you're going to take, on the back side, this is important here, on the back side you're going to take the darker of whatever stain or distressing ink that you're using. So I'm using the Walnut Stain. So you can use different colors and try different techniques with this, but I have found that generally the darker stain should go on the back, and you want to apply this to the tops of your creases very liberally. You really want to get it on there good. Don't be sparing. And you want to work it out to your edges, making sure you get all of it so that it gives it a cohesive look through the whole project. Okay, really, really good there. So I'm working it in, and you might go over a couple of spaces a little more than others, and you'll understand that when you see the whole project come together. Now, if you've seen this on YouTube before, I give props to whoever's done it. I've not seen it. That doesn't mean anything. There are lots and lots of YouTube channels, and well, I only have so much time during the day. I'm a nanny and a stay-at-home mommy, so I'm pretty busy. Okay, at this point, once you've got it liberally done like you want to flip it over, and you want to take your second color and do it on the front. Now, I'm not going to be too focused on my edges because of, it's going to be off because of my frame. But if you were doing this, say on a scrapbook page or something, you would definitely want to pay attention to those edges, maybe scissor technique or whatever you do. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to go in, and I'm just really focusing on the middle part here. I don't want to get, I'm making like a circle pattern, I'm sorry. My hands are working, so my brain is not. That's generally how it goes for me. I get creative and I don't stop and think. And I'm sorry if I'm not on camera, guys. I'm not even paying attention to it. I'm enjoying myself crafting here. Okay, so you get it as much or as little as you want. You just play around with this technique and figure out what you like, okay? So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my rag. I'm going to move this so that I don't get the paper wet. And the reason it's here is because all these pictures are kind of busy. So, and then I have my lovely go-to washcloth. This thing's been glimmer misted on and paint, what you name it, it's been on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and turn it back to the back side. And I'm going to take my water bottle. If you don't have a water bottle as a scrapbooking tool, I'm telling you, you need to get one. I use this thing constantly, and it's a great tool to have. So I'm going to take my water bottle. This is messy. If you have rubber gloves, you definitely want to use them if you don't like your hands to be stained. Me, it's normal. My hands are always stained, but that's okay because I don't work in the corporate world. I have to worry about, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm going to let the water soak for just a second. And if you'll notice, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's puddling. That ink is puddling. See? There it goes. And that's because it's this distress ink, and it's great with water to do this kind of thing. Okay? So I'm going to scrunch it again. Get that water going through to the front side. That's my goal, is to get those lines to come through to the front. So I'm going to open it up. Now, I'm going to wet the front side. Gotta be a little gentle because you don't want, and you can see those lines are starting to peek through. That dark is starting to come through to the front. Okay? Now the back side's gorgeous. You could, you know, do this on white paper if you've never done that before. That makes a great technique too. But let me just sprinkle this one more time. Now, pull it back out. I don't know how well it picks it up on camera, but when you look at this, I have two lines, two different color lines coming through. That black, or that walnut stain in the back, is actually seeping through too, and it makes a it makes like a shadow effect on there. Okay. Now, I'm gonna give it one more little squirt here and turn it over. What you want to do at this point is you do want to take your heat gun, because the heat gun, what it does is it causes the paper to shrink up. It causes it to really get those wrinkles in there good, and we want them to stay. That's what we're going for, is a vintage look here. So if you crinkle your paper even more, it will stay even more, okay? At this point, if you want rolled or torn edges, you want to go ahead and do that before you dry it because it's much easier to work with. If you do scissor edges when your paper is wet like this, you're going to have deeper tears. If you wait till it's dry, you won't have as a deep tear. So do this. See that edge crinkle? And so you do this until you got it completely dry, and this is almost completely dry. And you get like an old weathered worn look of paper, and it makes a great background that you can do all kinds of things with. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye now.